Yeah, we were right in the middle of things. I think we stopped in the middle of our initiative. I don't know where we left off, huh?
Mm, no idea. I can't remember. I really can't remember.
Yeah, we could just start at the top.
Bit more.
Yeah.
Is it just me and Chris?
For now.
Yeah, we get all the treasures.
Okay, it's my turn. Are any of these gift were one of them died. Uh, let's see. I have 40 feet of movement. I can move 10, 30, 40.
I have aced that I remember.
Yeah, I know you have haste.
Taro has aced as well.
I'm pretty sure Taurus can clean up these guys. I don't care about like saving these gift warrior slaves
Taurus cares. He cares a
from
lot.
war.
He wants them all to survive the battle.
They seem not too happy about serving him. So
True.
uh, I feel like they would betray him if they got the chance, or just like leave and not do anything. I'm going to be leaving 10, 20, 30, 40 feet, and I'll use my action to wait, what is this? Oh, that's not my air elemental.
Nah, that's ring sight. He sent it over there to be disruptive and distract these guards, which is allowing a bit of a slave revolt to
Oh
happen.
yeah. And my thing is I wanted to go and save this next elemental.
Actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to wild shape into my air elemental form, so I have more speed. There's my air elemental. Somebody delete it. I'll just take this one.
Yeah, make a copy.
Can I get promoted, please? Okay, thank you. More. And change this color to ring sights is purple. Great. Use my bonus action to wild shape into air elemental. And I'm gonna move 90 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll move 70 feet over here. And let's see. Do what is a big ass spell? Uses 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
10-foot squares.
Okay, so it doesn't reach the far back one. That's okay. They can get their turn later. I will use. Where's my level 5 Cone of Cold?
It hits 4 of them.
It hits a 60-foot cone. I don't know how I can shape this. How does it work? A 45-degree angle, or what is it? 90?
Let's see. If you were here. Something like that.
Okay. And it will.
10, 20, 30, 40,
reach.
50, 60 out to there, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
I have enough this side. It's a DC. Let me see. I forget if it's Dex or Con save, but it's DC 23.
I think it's con.
If not, they take. I think it's 8.
Roll that damage. They all fail.
I forget if it's D8 or D6s. Cone of Cold. Eight D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. they take 40 points of cold damage.
All right. We have some icicles on the board.
And if they die, they are ice statues.
Potato's base is humongous.
I look over at Ring, so I'm like, they'll thaw it, right? There's like a furnace thing in here. It's hot down here. They'll thaw it, right?
It's pretty hot right here by the forge elemental.
And I will use the rest of my 20 feet of movement to go here. And that is my turn.
Oh, that's a good
Soul's
turn.
now.
That's going to be demoralizing to the guards. They just see all of their friends turn to ice. Kapow! Alright. A tremendous act of magic. Soul is somewhere on here. He's on the flying carpet. He flew up to the height of the roof, and he's surveying the field. He's going to look around. Soul sees in the distance some activity. And he reaches into his bag and he pulls out a spyglass, which I assume you guys have somewhere.
Yeah.
He pulls it out and he spies off in the distance and he sees something. And he's like, oh, that's suspicious. Let's see. And he's going to bounce a message to Skywill. So Orin Cyrillus in his mind through telepathy, through the link, is going to hear from Soul, and then Orin is going to bounce that message from him to, let's see, who can he see? He's over here. He'll bounce that message to Taurus, and then Gramorn, and Morg, and then to Ringsight. He can see all of them. Well, maybe not Ringsight, but he's aware Ringsight's over there. So he'll relay the information. So what happened is in the distance, there's a gate. And I'll mark it here. This is the gate. All right. And I gotta get one of these. Let's see. Do I have a high-level Gith on here? Yeah, here's one. All right. Oh shit. No, not these ones. Okay. So what he spies in the distance is a group approaching the gateway. 3 of them appear to be Gith. 2 of them are Gith warriors. One of them is some sort of Gith sergeant, a higher level Gith. And they are following one of these more interestingly armored Gith. One of these fancy evolved Gith that you've only seen 3 of. Like only Orin has seen them, the metallurgist in the metal room in the dark. And so nobody else has spotted one of these yet. And so Soul is like, what the hell is that? And then he sees the Githyanki approach this gateway and pass through it and pulled these 3 along with him through the gateway. And then it seems to close behind him. Alright, so that's Sia's turn. And then it'll be Ringsight's turn. Let's see. Gonna send him a message. It's your turn, dude. Where's he at?
Was it Queedsoth or whatever it was his name that told us that this portal thing was like, I don't know, people that go in it die? The slaves?
I think what he was referring to was the place the metallurgists are. People go in there and they scream and then they never come out.
Oh, okay, that.
There's also some activity in the back of the cavern where some Gith have started to emerge from the back cave. Let's see. So a couple here and a couple here. And they're setting something up in the back, but he can't make out what exactly they're doing. Alright, so then the Gith are going to go on the offensive. Many Gith warriors engage in combat with Taurus, and they use all of their psychic ability to inflict psychic damage on him because he's resisting most of the physical. And let's see.
I can pop in for a second if I get
Oh, yeah? Well, it's your move. What do you want to do?
please remind me of the situation.
You are in the forge of the Gith. There's horrible torture going on. There are slaves everywhere, mining and toiling away. You have been working at a slave uprising. You are helping the slaves fend off these Gith guards that were minding them. Your air elemental is fending off these Gith guards on the other side. Morg came to your assistance and obliterated all of these Gith warriors that were rushing to attack. They're all frozen now. So you are here up against, let's see, 1, 2, 3 Gith warriors who are being grappled by the slaves here. So you'd have advantage to hit them.
Wasn't there a big boss gift warrior around here?
Alright. There are Gith sergeants. I don't think you have line of sight on one. Maybe the one that's fighting Taurus. That would probably be the only one you can see.
Alright, then I'm just gonna deal with the ones on foot.
Okay. You can get to any of these 3 Gith warriors. One of them's got 3 damage. Oh, this one's actually already dead. He just popped up for whatever reason. Let me tilt him over. So it looks like there's just a couple of Gith, and they both have light injuries from being pummeled. The slaves are beating them fiercely, but their fists do hardly any damage against the hard shell that the Gith wear.
Can I just give them the weapons that fell off the gift?
Okay, so you grab a spear from one of the dead Gith here, and you press it into the hands of one of the slaves.
Yeah, and I'll just stab one of them. No, the gift warriors, not the slaves.
I think previously you had given these guys all a couple of bonus hit points, so that helped too.
That's like 23 to hit.
Okay, which one? You attacking this one here?
Yes.
Alright. Well, how much damage do you do with your Holy Blade?
I'm not sure I used the Holy Blade. I remember having natural attacks.
Oh, do you want to natural attack him? That's fine.
I think I can multi-attack if I use those, but I can't find the 5e version of my stat block. Of my racial abilities. Wait, here it is. Natural command. Right, on bite. So I'll just freaking stab him in the face with my hand.
Okay. How much damage do you do with your hand?
1d4 damage with each hand. And that's... I don't know, can I, wait, yeah, with Dex, then I'd add the Dex. So
Yeah, you can add dex.
5. So that does 9 damage with my claw.
Ooh, you almost got him. He's reeling, but he's not going down.
Then he can have another claw.
A vicious natural attack. Claw, claw. You didn't even draw your sword. Won't even dignify these Gith with the holy blade.
That one is only a 14 to hit.
They actually have an armor class of 12, so that hit.
Okay then, you can die then. Take 8 damage.
You slash him. It hits an artery, and he drops.
Alright, and then I beat the other dude to death. I think this is how that works. It says it's a secondary attack. Take this. I need to roll at this point.
Well, you could roll a 1. That would be bad. So, yeah. The attack roll, you should always roll it.
Okay, and then the last guy of 13, so he takes 6 damage.
Yeah, alright. So, he's at 9 now. A pretty bad wound for one of these regular Gith warriors. He staggers a bit, and he's struggling in the arms of the 2 slaves that are holding him, so he can't get a thrust with his weapon.
Alright, what's the elemental doing again?
The elemental, do you want to have him make a couple of attacks? Slams?
Yes. How is he surrounded right now?
Yeah, he's got 4 Gith on him.
Then he can just freaking Ninjago them to death.
Doing a whirlwind, force a strength save on him.
Yes.
Alright. Let's see, these Gith. Oh, he's got a 15, he makes it. He's got a 6, he fails. A 16, that's a success, and an 8. So 2 of them succeed and 2 of them fail. So I guess your wind blows strongly to one side or the other.
It does 3d8 plus 2 bludgeoning damage to 2 of them.
Yep.
And then they fly in a direction, and then if they move more than 10 feet and hit something, they take 10 damage. Or roughly. No, 1d6 from this thing.
Are you
Given
rolling
their
them?
amount of health, I doubt that actually matters. Sure.
So what do you do? How much?
16 damage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 16 damage. These Gith are incapacitated. The powerful gust of wind sends them flying. And they lay in a crumpled heap unconscious at the end of the blast. The other 2 on the other side are not moved.
I took 8 damage.
You roll a
I have the elemental
d6 and
attempt to
the elemental recharges the whirlwind.
Yeah, he can only use it if he rolls a 4 to 6 on a d6.
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Oh, did he? Yeah, okay, cool.
So, and then he can just sit in the sky and court them to try to shoot him.
You want him to fly up?
Yes.
Alright. He goes up into the air. Okay, so let's see. It was Taurus, and Taurus is engaged in combat with the Gith. So let me, instead of rolling dice, I'm just going to narrate what happens. So, Taurus reels back with his mighty Warhammer, the legendary weapon of the earth, and he raises it high overhead, and he brings it down in a mighty hammer blow like he was striking an anvil, and it cracks the ground beneath his feet. It crushes one of the Gith completely flat, and the shockwave around it kills another Gith, and then the Gith warriors, they're going to all make attacks against Taurus, and several of their little spears stab into his limbs, and he doesn't feel the physical pain of the piercing as much, but many of the Gith are psychic, and they inflict psychic damage with their attack like a Psy warrior. And so the little bits of psychic damage chip away at him. He takes about 13 damage. The Gith sergeant calls out. He's going to use a special, like, legendary action to blow a horn and call for reinforcements. And let's see. A second unit of Gith will emerge from the building on call. They get a movement based on his legendary action, which puts them on the field here. So this is another Horde unit. And let's see, I'll just delete this one and this one. They died in the combat. Alright, Orin was in combat with this Gith warrior. There's going to be an exchange of blows, and Orin's going to come out victorious. This Gith is going to die. And he's going to begin moving very stealthily off to the side here. And he's going to prepare to do a sneak attack. His opponents emerge moments later. And he delivers a sneak attack against one of them, and that one is going to drop. Alright, so his Psychic Blade goes right into the spine of this Gith Metallurgist, this Gith Yankee Metallurgist, and he goes limp and collapses, and his armor clanks off the ground, the steel of it glinting, reflecting in the light. The other two, they're really angry that their friend got caught by that sneak attack. They assess the situation. One of them barks an order at the other one and seems to indicate that this is not going well. They're both going to use an ability to teleport from here to here. So in a blink, they're gone, leaving nothing in their location but an energy, just like a fracture in space-time. And they re-emerge over here by the gateway, and they both easily pass through. Barely an inconvenience, and they're gone. Orin looks around and says, "What the hell? Where'd they go?" And he reaches down at this metallurgist here, and he feels around to see what they have. Let me see here. What does he find? Gith Metallurgist. Well, he's going to grab some items from the Gith Metallurgist. I have them noted here. Just remind me at some point. I should probably put it on a note card. All right.
Oh my god.
So, Grimoire.
Give me a second. I got myself in trouble here. I'm gonna move towards the elemental real quick.
A large elemental?
Yep.
You approach the forge. Let me find that description here. Near the center of the caverns, the bizarre collection of exotic machinery, 80 feet from end to end and 30 feet across. The complex device seems beyond the creative potential of the Gith. A dozen slaves carried powdered ore from a rock pit, feeding it into one end of the machinery. 2 additional slaves push the ore into the cylinder with long stone poles. Fire belches from the center where a huge cylinder is turned continuously. You sense an elemental in that part of the machine.
In this area?
The center
I
where a
go
huge cylinder...
Where I went there, can I step there? Or is that like a structure?
Yeah, you can step up onto the machine.
Okay.
This is like the cylinder here, and it's inside of it.
Walk inside of it.
You can't fit inside of it. It's
Okay.
it's like the width of a spear.
Okay, so I have to walk around it, I guess, huh?
Like, you can walk up to it. You can sense the elemental within it, but he seems trapped within the machine.
Like, even if is there like any maybe access panel or whatsoever?
No.
And what is this machine made of?
Parts of it are metal. It would have to be. Parts of it are stone. I'd say a lot of it's stone. The metal parts are where like
Can
the spear is formed.
Speak with the elemental through the gaps, or
What language do you use?
ignite.
All right. You communicate in the language of the elementals, the flame language. It can communicate with you from within by belching out flames.
Is there a way to get you out of there?
The elemental will cry out, "Destroy the machine!"
It looks pretty sturdy, huh? Or
The elemental promises to help you if you release him from the machine. You'd have to do some damage to it, though.
well, I get the sword that can cut through anything.
Correct.
Type of material. So I will bash the wall here, where it seems to. In the smaller part, like I don't know, is the drawing, is it little like very close to like the, I guess it's a proper representation of it though.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I will slash into the wall here. I can do 2 attacks, huh? With ace,
Sure.
I will give it an attempt. I'll try 1 attack and see what happens. Thunder attack, I guess. Physical. 23 to hit.
All right, you hit.
The 15 damage, which is a +3, you know, yada yada. $15 damage on the side. What kind of damage do I make?
All right, you've done 15 damage to the structure, but it's not enough to break it open.
No, but like, what does it look like when from the first strike?
It's got a big cut in it.
A big one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my second attack like that.
All right.
25 to hit
That hits.
with 18 additional damage.
All right, 18 and 15. That's 33.
Yep.
Another solid blow. It's not enough to crack open the vessel, but you can see that it's starting to give, and another hit or two might do it.
I yell to the slave around me to come and help me.
Oh, yeah.
And I will save them.
Unfortunately, the slaves pick up their poles and jab at it, but all they can do is ping off it harmlessly. Ting, ting, ting. Does nothing.
Weaklings!
The magical structure is resistant to the blunt damage from their poles, and it's harmless.
Some of you grab some of those magical staffs from the dead Gits.
Well, they do have +1 weapons if they can get their hands on a couple of Gith spears. I guess they'll see if they can get these ones over here.
Yeah, that one I melted, that first one.
And I don't know, maybe these ones can try to get to the other side.
Yeah. It's time to rebel! And those that are near me, well, they'll be protected by flames, the flames as well. So
All right.
I'll
So-
see the slaves as my allies.
From where you're at, you can observe with your good, keen eyesight that what these Gith warriors over here are doing is they're dropping pouches at the entrance here, and they're lighting them aflame with torches, and then they're dashing into the tunnels here. So
Blow up the place, huh?
these Gith have run off into the distance here and here.
I will let the rest of the crew know what I've seen.
A bunch of the slaves are running out of the tunnels here.
They're gonna try to lock us in inside alive or something.
So they're kind of making a wall of human shields and fire to keep you at bay.
What, the slaves?
The slaves are forming an unwilling human wall here, blocking all the entrances, and there's a tremendous roaring flame in these tunnels here. And many of the slaves are coughing and gagging and crawling away from the acrid smoke.
I'll let the rest of the team know what I've seen.
All right.
But I'm out of my actions and my movements.
Morg, what do you do?
Was the alarm that this one over here made loud enough or that I could hear, or am I too close to the roaring sounds of this thing?
His horn has a hard time competing with these 5 drummers back here, ruthlessly drumming away, keeping the slaves at the beat of the drum. All the slaves are hacking away at the stone to the sound, and they're all in some kind of trance.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna use my regular multi-attack as a wind elemental to punch this guy.
Okay.
I get flanking advantage from a bunch of people around there. Oh wait, it's supposed to be +8 to hit instead of 5.
Should be good enough.
Advantage, I rolled regular. Yeah, but that hits.
This Gith warrior was already on his last legs with like 6 hit points left, so he is bludgeoned to the ground.
Great. And then I'm gonna fly. Where's the closest guy I can punch?
There's a couple guards, like 4 to the back there, guarding the prison pens at 19. And also a Gith sergeant hiding in the back here.
Okay, I can move 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Are there actually prisoners in here right now?
Let me read the description. The slave pits. In the very back of the cavern are slave pits. 2 separate pits are carved out of the hard stone. Each pit is 80 feet long and 30 feet wide, segmented into 15-foot deep, 10-foot square pens. 12 alert Gith guards patrolled the stockade surrounding the pits.
Okay.
So yeah, these are like little 10-foot squares dug into the ground that the prisoners would be lowered into at night.
Oh, but they're not in there now?
They're all out working.
Okay.
Well, there might be a few, so I don't know. There's maybe some that were unable to work.
I'm gonna punch this one. 2, 5. That's 25 to hit. And he's going to take. What was it? 2d plus 5. So he takes 18 points of bludgeoning damage as I punch him.
Nice. Another fatal hit.
And I will just howl at them in wind speak. I forget what the language is.
Okay, so the other 3 guards see that their friend here is bludgeoned to the ground by a raging wind elemental. The Gith sergeant in the back is shrieking at them to attack.
Don't think I have a bonus action right now. Yeah, I have a bonus action right now. Alright, that's my turn.
Soul pulls out his bow and fires a couple arrows down into this group here. He kills this Gith warrior, and he kills this Gith warrior. And he throws a bardic inspiration at Taurus, who laughs. He's like, "As if I need that. I am so strong." And then he, let's see. Ring Sight, it's your move. What do you do? Oh, is he not here? He had to dip out. All right. Ring Sight is going to rally these slaves here. And he says, "We have to get you to safety." And he's going to begin moving these slaves out. All right.
Do they pick up any more spears on their way out?
Yeah. Let me make a note. So now this one has a spear, and this one has a spear, and this one also has a spear.
Is this slave dead?
He's got 4 damage on him. He is dead, yep.
Yeah. Oh, they don't have health. They're weak.
So you'll notice that these slaves are being worked to death. They haven't been fed, they're all injured. Many of them are in very bad shape.
Most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
We weren't even treated this badly in the slave pits. Come on.
It was weird, man.
Alright, the Gith warriors, 2 hordes, lay into Taurus with all of their might. The Gith sergeants, they're using legendary actions. They're giving their Gith warriors extra attacks. Each horde makes 2 regular attacks, and then they're having the enhanced attack. So we got 6 attacks coming in at Taurus.
Wow.
Alright, all of their spears glance off his armor. Ping, 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 ping. One of the Gith sergeants is going to cast a spell at him. He resists it. The other Gith sergeant casts a spell at him. He only rolled an 11. Let me check if he makes that.
What, Taurus?
Yeah.
Doesn't he get like a plus 20? Oh no, that's his damage. But he does have a really good hit. Anyways, he has high dex though. High strength. He's strength bison.
Oh, shit. He has a -2. That's not good.
Oh. Oh, you know. Pathetic.
Alright, let me just check here. He got hit with a hold person and he failed his save pretty bad. It's a wisdom saving throw and he's got a -2, which means he's paralyzed for the duration, which is up to a minute.
He has advantage on wisdom throws. Hero's Feast.
Hero's Feast gives him advantage. Let's see if he can beat it. I rolled a 4. That's even worse.
There you go. And I don't think he has the bardic inspiration.
Well, I just gave him one.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
okay.
What is that at? A D8?
D12 now.
At level 17.
With the D with 11, he might.
That adds 4.
So what? 15?
13.
Oh.
Sadly, 13 is not good enough, I think. Let's see.
Can he use one of his dice? Psionic thing?
It's DC 15. He can use it on strength saves.
Oh,
Strength checks.
Yeah, wisdom would have been me. Yeah.
Alright, so they caught him in a mind game. One of these powerful psychic Gith sergeants managed to lock him down, which is going to make him pretty easy to skewer by all these Gith warriors next turn. Fortunately, that was the last thing I did, so they didn't get any benefits this turn. So on Taurus's turn, he rolls a wisdom save with advantage. He needs to beat a 15. Let's go. He's got a -2. Oh, he rolls double 19s. Look at that. Look at that.
Damn.
So 2 17s. He breaks free of the hold person on his turn. And that happens at the end of his turn. So he loses his entire turn, but he makes his save, so he's no longer held.
That's good.
Yep. All right. And then Will. I'll send him a message. He's not responding yet. 9:46. Is it too early to expect Will?
He's in the other town. I don't know. Maybe this is
All right. Well, he sees that his prey has escaped, so I'm going to have him return back inside. All right. So Orin goes in here, and he runs over to this cage, and he sees these shrieking slaves in here, and he sees this other slave in here also, like, burning up in the obsidian sphere. But that slave stops shrieking and turns to ashes and disintegrates. The other 2 slaves in the cage here shriek even louder in fear and terror. So Orin shudders at the thought of what just happened to that slave in there, and he looks around for the keys to the cage here, which he will retrieve.
Okay.
Grimorn.
Okay. Slash. Again.
All right, it's got 33 damage. The structure is dented, dinged, and cut up, but not broken.
14 more damage.
14 more. Let's see. 30, 47. Still doesn't break it.
Alright, 19 damage.
All right. Your final attack cleaves it into 2 pieces. The fire elemental, the forge elemental, emerges from the structure, finally freed after all this time.
What kind of elemental is he?
It is a large greater fire elemental. All right. He is going to look around for the nearest Gith. He is going to rush towards these Gith, and he's going to burn them to death. So these 2 Gith are destroyed.
Alright, I'm gonna start moving now. What of these slaves on my left here now?
Okay. 21 is a pit, I think. Let me see the description here. 21 says, the constant sound of rock striking rock rings from the 4-foot-deep pit. Sweat-drenched slaves pound their rock hammers against chunks of ore brought from the mine. 8 of the slaves wield 2-handed stone hammers. Another 6 slaves use smaller hammers to crush the remaining rock into even smaller pieces. These fragments are then placed between 2 great round stones and ground into rough powder. 4 slaves are required to turn each of the stone wheels. 8 Gith guards brandishing steel swords watched over the workers, but some of them have gone elsewhere.
Oh shoot! I didn't see that this one was a guard. I'll finish my turn right in front of this one here.
All right, so you rush up to this guard here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is the one that ran off into the mines back there to set that off.
You must rebel!
All right, you call down into this 4-foot-deep pit where all these hunched figures look up at you with hopeful eyes. Their tear-streaked faces finally have some hope, and they're going to cast down their shackles and take up their hammers as weapons.
Okay, I'm back again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I had you grab those 4 slaves and rush them towards a safer area to get them away from the action.
Thank you. You know me well.
And the fire elemental is free at last.
I'm not sure how long I can be present this time, but I will try to be for a while.
Oh, if you touch it, you're gonna regret it.
All right. Taurus has commanded his Gith warriors to engage in combat, and they reluctantly engage in combat with the other horde. Oh, they land 2 hits.
Do something.
Who do you want to tell what?
I want to tell Taurus to get the gift to fight near the slaves, like the fighting slaves.
Where? Up here?
Not in any specific direction. This is more of a broad, like, hey, if you can make the slaves see that the Gith are fighting, do that.
Oh yeah. Well, all of these Gith back here, or these slaves back here, they can see that Taurus is fighting multiple hordes of Gith, so they haven't seen him win yet, so they're still kind of huddling back here. Alright, so Taurus actually wanted me to keep some notes here, so give me a moment to jot down a few things here. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 Gith. Alright, and they're each numbered. Alright. Alright, so they had landed 2 hits. And they finish off 1 Gith warrior. And then I'll roll a dice to figure out which one it was. It was number 6. Number 6 has 1 kill. And number 2 has 1 hit. Now, wait, let me roll. Number 3 has 1 hit. So Joe said that he's paying attention to the combat, and he wants to keep tabs on how many successful attacks these guys do to weed out any that are disloyal or something like that. So, Gith on Gith action, battle ensues, that's the allies. You also have these 2 over here, Quixoth and Izel, but Quixoth is going to guard Izel, who's terribly wounded and is trying to recover her spells. So they're not doing anything. There's a lot of chanting. Let's see. These slaves overcome this Gith warrior and defeat him. And they're going to move this way. Alright. And these over here, they overcome this Gith warrior. So 2 of them grapple the Gith warrior, and 3 or 4 of them pummel him, smash him with the hammers that they had, and they defeat them and run away. Another Gith warrior down.
Oh, so how's it going?
Hey,
It's going alright. I just got home.
welcome back.
Hello.
Alright, so we're back to the top of the initiative. Morg.
Where's Joe?
He had to go to dinner with some friends. He'll hopefully be back soon.
I feel like we're missing more than Joe. Joe and Skywheel, right?
Yeah, no Skywell either. Pretty poor attendance for our game, unfortunately.
Yeah. Skywheel normally doesn't show up late. I mean, Skywheel normally shows up late. What about Joe, though?
Well, Joe said he wasn't going to make it. At least not until later. So, that's fine. Skywell, though, he's usually not this late. I was expecting him to get here by now. Alright, Morg moves.
I'm gonna move over here, and I'm gonna use my 6th level spell, Sunbeam.
You gotta sunbeam the whole line.
Hey, Long, I was gonna ask you real quick though. How do you enjoy the Canadian cold?
Has it been bad up there?
It's getting pretty bad. It's -20 now.
Negative 20, fuck.
Celsius.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
Hope you got a warm coat,
But
warm house.
it's okay. I've been indoors pretty much the whole time.
Hiding from it. Like most
Yeah,
of us,
I
yeah.
can summarize as my experience today, where I got out thinking, all right, let's get the exercise out the way first. Open door, closed door. Guess I'm waiting for a while. Day passes.
Wish I could have hit.
My in-laws have one of their rooms they converted into a gym, so it's not that bad. They have to do, I think, it's a DC 23 deck save.
All right.
It's
That's a fail, and a fail, and a fail, and a fail.
Hey Ninja, why did the gift look like turtles?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Gith Yankee. Teenage Mutant Ninja Gith Yankee.
And then they take 27 rating damage.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Gift Yankee to put in the game.
All right. You fire a laser beam through the line of Gith warriors, and they all drop dead.
Man, I'm gonna use, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 more feet of movement. Can I see this guy? The Gith Sergeant?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, then I'm gonna make my way 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. And I hold out my light beam hand at him threateningly
Ah.
to make him stand down. That's my turn.
Okay. He had a readied action to cast Dispel Magic.
On
Anything that came close to him.
So what is that dispel? My light or my wild shape form? What is it dispelling?
Let's find out. Dispel Magic.
What level spell is your?
Level 6.
Choose a creature. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of a higher level on the target, make an ability check using your spellcaster ability. DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, that spell ends too.
Level 6.
Is your wild shape level 6?
I don't know how the wild shape level works because it's not a
That's
spell,
an
it's a
ability,
class
no?
ability.
Yeah, we'll say it's immune. Do you have haste? I think you had haste, right?
I don't, that's Grimoire.
Hmm.
Can
How
you
would this work?
counter spell my concentration spell? Can you do that, or is that only when you activate it?
Nah, not counterspell. Like he's trying to kill any spells or effects on you. You seem to be transformed into an elemental. Or maybe if you were a summoned creature, it would get rid of you, but you're not.
That's an ability, though. What is transformation? Isn't it?
I might have to look this one up. Let's see.
'Cause I don't think they can like. Yeah, I don't think you can dispel like an ability.
What happens when you dispel magic a wild-shaped druid? The spell does not automatically end the wild shape effect because wild shape is not considered a magical effect in the addition. Alright, yeah. You don't have any other magic effects going on?
I said I have my concentration spell of the Sunbeam. I don't know if you can dispel concentration spells, can you?
What level's your sunbeam?
6.
DC 16, fail. Alright, so your sunbeam's still active. He tried to dispel it and it didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, he can cancel any spell that you have on you. He saw you use it, so he could try to dispel it.
Tricky little bastards.
Oh well, that's all I got. Ready to action. It failed. So, Sia. You are on a flying carpet.
Yep.
You've been using your bow to take pot shots down into this group, into this horde of Gith warriors that are fighting Taurus.
Which bow have I been using?
That's up to you.
I'm gonna assume I was using the one that doesn't have the like chain area of effect one, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I explained to Saul what I've noticed at the top.
Oh, that they set fires at the back?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Isn't that your thing?
It depends if they're trying to smoke us out or something like that, or blow us up.
Yeah, you are in a contained cavern. Filling it with smoke could be deadly.
All right. So how far away are they? I know they're within bow distance, so around like 80 feet, 100 feet, something.
The hordes of Gith are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. They're exactly 60 feet away. The fires that were started are all the way on the far side of the caverns. That's more than 100 feet.
I am going to... Are these squares accurate to size?
280 feet away is where the fire is.
I'm talking about like these. Are these like all 5-foot squares or?
These are 10-foot squares, so you can fit 4 creatures into one.
Okay, if that's the case, I am going to
Do you have an ace?
ace.
Nah, I don't think he has haste going.
Ace.
I don't know, but I was wondering if he has it as an option.
I have it as an option. I have a bow where I can cast it. Actually, I'm going to use my bow to cast haste on myself.
Cool. You become faster. Acceleration.
Only lasts for a minute. And then I am going to cast a 6th level shatter on this group right here.
No, the ones on the right, they're friendly.
Oh, okay, damn, they're almost grouped up. Good thing you told They should have told me anything and just let me rock. Just let me roll and everything.
Nah, you would know. You would know. Taurus has been shouting orders to them. He's actually commanding them into battle and watching them and making sure they fight on his behalf. Otherwise, he's going to kill them.
Solo's been too busy singing a song in his head to notice that they're actually working with him.
Oh yeah, he's intimidated them and he's forcing them to become his minions and fight their own allies.
Okay, then I'm gonna aim at these guys. It was funny. These guys, right?
All right.
All right. 6th level shatter would be extra D8 for each one. 78.
What's the save on that? Constitution, right?
Must make a... Yep, Constitution saving throw. The DC is 19. And I'm also going to use my ring for this one to make the DC +2.
Oh,
so
man.
DC is 21. I'm going to say, Master Dragoth and bow on my magic yet again.
Ooh. All right. A couple of them were going to save until you did that, but because you used the power of Dragoth, you hit all of them.
This Dragoth guy fucking rocks.
All right, how much damage do you do on that? Kapow goes your shatter spell in the middle of the horde. Gith warriors go everywhere.
$35 damage.
All right, so I'm just going to say these Gith die.
And I can't use the haste action to what's it called? Cast another spell, right?
No. You can make an attack, though.
Actually, I think my action was to cast the haste spell. Let me read the bow specifically.
Yeah,
Okay, so you use your action to cast haste, and then the haste gives you an attack action that you can do.
And bards can't bardic inspiration themselves, so of course I'm going to go to the guy in front of me and I'm going to bardic inspiration Taurus, and that's my turn.
Well, you did the shatter, so you couldn't do the haste. It's got to be one or the other.
If I use an action to cast haste on myself, don't I get an extra action?
Yeah, but you can't use it to cast another spell, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. But I guess I'm going to hold off on the haste. They didn't do anything this time anyway.
Yeah. All right. So just the shatter. It was very effective, though. You obliterate a huge group of the attacking Gith warriors.
Weren't we trying to convince some guys earlier that we weren't trying to kill these guys? Why are we just doing it now? Like, this is...
Well, for a brief moment, you encountered a group of Earth Clerics who really love the Gith. However, the Gith are kind of terrible, and you are at war with them, so, you know.
Wow. So we just... Wow, we are...
The Earth Clerics are like the hippies that are opposed to the war, but you're here to kill the Gith.
The second
I ain't lawful good.
Welcome to Vietnam. No. No, 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 no.
All right,
We got some more
ringside.
silence. Got good more in here.
Are you back,
Ringside,
Taro?
left.
He left
Yeah.
again. All right, we'll hold off on him. The Gith warriors are going to continue their offensive.
I don't know
So
if he attended. Last time I was here, it was like 3 of you guys NBC.
yeah, I don't know. People just aren't that into D&D these days, I suppose. Oh, one of them got a natural 20. Kapow!
Yeah, Bialga.
What?
Taurus gets
Nothing more
skewered
interesting.
and takes some more damage. Alright, he's down to 263. How will he ever survive?
Man, Taurus's hit points has been a problem. We got to hit him with something big. Like,
Alright, one of the Gith Sergeants is going to use his legendary command action to coalesce the horde into a single horde instead of a horde and a bunch of scattered Gith warriors.
yeah, get closer together. Yeah, yeah.
And the other Gith Sergeant is going to use one of his special abilities. Alright. He's going to action surge. And he's going to use a psi-powered leap and launch himself 50 feet into the air onto the roof of the building back here. Alright. And from there, he's going to move down into the hatch, into the building, and give orders to the rest of the Gith warriors in here who coalesce into a horde with him.
If we throw ourselves at the burning wall of fire and death murder machine, eventually the gears are gonna clog. Keep throwing yourself.
What is that from?
It's a Russian war tactic during World War II. If we keep throwing ourselves into the tank's wheels, eventually they're gonna jam.
Oh.
It makes sense.
Alright. Acrid smoke fills the cavern. Everybody has to make a save.
How small is the cavern?
It's 200 and 300 feet across, something like that.
That's a lot of smoke.
I
Can you do something about that, Taro?
I have an item that allows me to breathe through all this stuff.
Alright, many of the slaves at the far end of the cavern are rushing in this direction to get away from the smoke, coughing, and maybe a couple of them collapse from the smoke inhalation along the way because they were already on the verge of death.
Is it everyone in the cave that has to make a save?
Let me find the description here. The guards fell back, and the overlords commanded them to build fires at the entrance to the 3 tunnels to fill the mine with choking smoke. A character who breathes heavy smoke must make a Constitution save each round, DC 15 plus 1 per previous check, or spend that round choking and coughing. A character who chokes for 2 consecutive rounds loses 25% of their max HP.
Nasty stuff.
Fast-spreading inhalation poison burned at the entrance to these caves.
Has it already reached where we're at? We need to make saves?
I'll draw a box for the death cloud. It is expanding into the cavern, and it's like this now.
Okay.
So that's some of the slaves back there are dying. The rest are running, trying to get away from the cloud. Let's see. A couple of the Gith warriors are in the mix here. They're going to see what's going on, and they're going to rush away from it as well. No, actually, these are the drummers. They can't. They're in a trance. They literally can't stop drumming. They will die on the drums.
Not the worst way to die, I suppose.
All right, Taro. We skipped your turn. What do you do?
Correct. What are you doing?
Well, you have 4 slaves, and there's a couple other slaves that are nearby that you could gather up if you're trying to get them away to safety somewhere.
Yes, I'm looking for that dude.
Let me emphasize there is an acrid wall of toxic poison smoke coming steadily in this direction from the far end of the cavern.
Was that us?
Nope, that was the enemy. They're trying to kill everybody in the cavern with poison. They have expanded the wall of poison about 50 feet into the cavern.
Wait a second. There are slaves back that way.
There are, lots of them.
Unpaid workers. We don't use that S word anymore.
Was there a door on that hinge?
Well, your party has noticed that there's an exit, a portal at the far end of the cavern.
What's keeping the slaves from leaving the area that they're currently in?
Well, they could go to the exit where your party came in here. That's the only available exit.
I mean the ones that are all huddled together, those hundreds of them.
There are guards, so this... Let's see. This one, this one, this one. There's 7 Gith guards. Grimorn is fighting one of them.
Did he need to do the Constitution save too?
Yeah, if they're in the cloud of poison, they will.
Thank good. So
Brilliant.
let's just control winds. How far away is that from where I am?
Very far. Very, very far.
Isn't the time? I have to have something in my basket full of BS artifacts that can get me. out of
Let's
this
say it's about 170 feet.
How fast was the wall moving?
It expanded 50 feet last turn.
Oh no, friggin' boom. Okay, I think I have a solution. It's probably. I'm going to. Can I see that area? Can I get into a position to see that area?
Yeah.
Okay, I move so that I can. I'm going to control winds.
Alright. So, which way are you going to control the winds? Gusts, downdraft, or updraft?
I guess a gust.
A wind picks up within the cube. Let's see. 100-foot cube that you can see within range. You can have that gust of wind blowing continually in a horizontal direction that you choose. You want to have it blowing into the mines away from you, away from the slaves?
If possible, back where it frickin' came from.
Alright. You use a giant wall of wind to push. Let's see, what does a 100-foot wall look like? You could do something like this. And maybe it should be further over. Yeah, we'll do it like here. you can create a corridor of wind. There's still going to be some smoke off to the sides, but a lot of it's being pushed back into the caves.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to tell the slave, run now, or die in toxin.
Right.
Die by gas.
Okay. Alright. Gith Horde emerges onto the roof with ranged weapons, and they take multiple attacks against Taurus. The slings and javelins of the Gith repel off of Taurus's armor harmlessly. The Gith warriors fight amongst themselves. One of Taurus's Gith warriors is killed.
Weakling!
Killed in action by multiple hits from these Gith warriors.
That's a bad look in your god quarterly review.
Quarterly.
The Gith sergeant screams, "You traitor!" and stabs his own underling for the offense of fighting against his own people. The other Gith have to make a morale check when this happens, but they have a 16, so they actually succeeded. The Gith warriors around the pit are going to move. Let's see. This one approaches Grimorn. Grimorn, two of the Gith are going to attack.
Alright.
The first Gith off to your left approaches with his spear cautiously. He action surges and thrusts. He has a 14 and an 11. His crit fail causes him to drop his spear on the ground awkwardly. The other one action surges and makes 2 attacks. He's got a 23 on one of them. What's your armor class?
29.
29. Alright, and he's got a 14. And so neither of those is going to hit. They really literally need a critical hit. They look at each other uncertainly as they're fighting against a powerful cleric in incredible armor. The slaves are going to cheer, seeing that their captors are being defeated.
With 30 feet on.
This other pack of Gith are going to drag away the drummers, screaming at them and kicking their drums over, pulling them to safety.
Free, more like under.
Alright. Taurus is going to see that one of his Gith warriors was defeated, and in a rage he's going to smash repeatedly. He smashes, and more Gith warriors are crushed into a meaty pulp on the ground. And then he shouts at the survivors and he says, "You should join me! I'm stronger than him!" And he points at the Gith sergeant, who cowers a little bit. Morale check. 7. They fail.
For frick's sake. How is he doing this?
He maxed out his aura.
The power of the DM playing your character.
Let me grab an image. Because I have an image for what he is right now, and I want people to frickin' see it. Frickin' bastards taking control.
Alright, I've made a note that they are all cowering currently. They have not changed sides, but they are like on the verge of surrender, except for the sergeant who's screaming at them. Skywheel still not here. He frees the slaves using the key that he found. The two slaves emerge from the cage, and they continue screaming wildly, and they thrash their arms and they attack. Yeah, he dodges the first one, and the second one actually manages to hit him for 1 damage.
Pudding.
He has 5 temp HP, so he has 4 left. And after attacking, these two slaves will run away. So, standing there confused, Orin looks back and sees them rushing towards the exit, and he'll begin to follow. Although trying not to be threatening, he tells them, "Don't attack me, I'm here to help you." And they just scream and spit and rush into the darkness. They seem to have been driven mad by the torture.
I'm sorry, repeat that, please.
They've been driven mad by the torture. Orin looks back at the obsidian orb covered in black flames and shudders, thinking of what they must have witnessed.
So he pulled the slave out. Now the slave's insane.
So, in this room, the 3 Githyanki metallurgists were taking slaves that they had in a cage, and one by one they were putting them inside of the obsidian sphere where they would slowly burn to death and have their soul ripped out to power the smelter. And then, eventually, when that one turned to ash, a new slave would be put in the thing to die. So these were the next 2 in line, and the previous one had only just died.
Wait, is this like Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, it's pretty grimdark. It's up there.
So that soul radiation wouldn't have happened to give any of those superpowers lit.
No.
Do I become a ashen one?
Just plain old madness. Trauma.
Wait,
Curse
do I
of the
still
Dead?
have that revenant head who wants to kill the guy, or is he gone?
Oh, I don't know. If you didn't throw it out, you do still have it.
I think he's just sitting somewhere as my GPS.
Kind of creepy if you've been walking around with a head in a bag this whole time, but whatever.
I wouldn't actively have it, you know.
I would.
Might-
All right, Grimorn, we're back to you. What are you doing over here?
Oh,
3 Gith warriors have tried to spear you and failed.
I see the. Can I see the group on the left of the pit?
Yep, they're pushing against the wind and dragging a bunch of drummers out of the fog.
Oh, I'll yell, "Bow down to the Lord of Flame!" Shoot a
Sounds
fireball
like
over
you're
here.
getting a frickin' rock
I don't know why,
guitar
but when you said that, it reminded me of that one thing. I am the son of God.
Oh, man.
Bow down to the Lord of Flame.
Well, I only got a 13 on their deck save, so they fail.
So I blew up all these over here. Level 3. Do you want me to do the damage or?
That's probably going to finish them off. I don't think we have to.
Okay. Using the one, and then with my sword, I will hit the guy in front of me. '18 to hit.
Yep.
With 17 damage.
All right, you lop off his head.
And I yell, "Flee, you slaves! Get out of the smoke or put it down!"
Come on, do it. Yeah, come on. Get into the chopper.
Oh man. Alright, that's it.
All right. The slaves hear your cry, and they rush from their pit
Oh,
to escape.
can I, do you want me to control that fire element? Or do you want to do it?
Nah, he's not under control. He
Oh.
is enraged and will attack the nearest Gith, but he doesn't see any more right here. He's going to go towards the frozen ones and begin melting them.
Hey, that's not how that works. You can't. Don't defeat the enemies who are already defeated, for frick's sake.
Hey, they're still standing, technically.
Yeah, he's in a rage right now, probably.
All right. Some of the slaves rush around the pit. Others fall into it, emerging from the toxic cloud, stumbling. They go prone into the rocks here.
What are those piles for?
Fireball burning them all to ash.
Yeah, broken bodies.
These were the drummers and some of the guards. They all got fireballed.
Shattered and shattered and shattered.
Well, these ones over here got shattered. Those ones got fireballed. These ones got fireballed. Alright, the black smoke is going to expand a little bit.
It's like a 90s action movie, you know, with a bunch of explosions everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the noise my explosion made.
It expands 10
Yeah.
feet into the cavern. But it's mostly on the sides. It's not in the middle here. That's all being pushed back into these tunnels here. Okay. Morgue.
Oh yeah, it is morgue first.
Morgue versus the Gith Sergeant. What do you do?
My money's on Gift Sergeant. He looks pretty strong.
So my magic, I'm gonna go. Yes, to make a DC 23 con save.
Fail. He had a 19. Is that your light beam again?
Yeah.
What's the damage there?
Hold on.
Gith Sergeant has 70 hit points, so he might survive your light beam.
Ow. Where is it? Where's my stuff? Okay. Why is my internet so slow right now?
Your internet lines are frozen. They've turned to ice. Everybody knows that ice has a slowing effect.
$30 points of radiant damage.
Bam! Half his hit points gone. You fry half his body with a beam of light. Probably the front half. He's suddenly more tan on the front than he is on the back.
That is.
Alright. So, Syl.
Yo. Alright. I'm gonna cast a 7th level Shatter this time.
Oh boy.
And everything.
And they grouped up for you. Well, there's two groups actually. On the roof, there's the archers, and on the ground, there's the melee fighters. There's not as many melee fighters as there are archers. Do you want to aim at the roof
I'm
instead?
going for the archers. Yep.
Alright.
Yep. And I'm gonna say, Master Drag off. You know the rest. And then I'm gonna
Alright.
cast it.
I got a 14 on the save. They fail.
Yep, 34 damage.
Alright. Your shatter obliterates the roof. Gith and roof tiles rain down. They hit the pavement with a wet thwap. Their broken bodies defeated.
It's like, oh my god, that guy's arm is coming out of his back. Hell yeah. Are they dead or are they just defeated?
Yeah, if the shatter didn't kill them, the fall off of the two-story roof would have.
Got you. All right, then I'm gonna use my my action. No, I used my action. Damn, I forgot an action the last time. Actually, this is a new combat encounter. No, I'm gonna save it. I'm just gonna Bardic Inspiration. Is Morg within range?
He's pretty far.
Who's the Taurus is the only one close to me, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any allies that are closer?
You do, but they're not useful. Behind you, there's a little nook hidden in the wall where you met these two. Quicksoth is a Veiled Alliance member, and his best friend Isel is a cleric of wind, and they're hiding here because they were wounded in their escape attempt, and they're not going to be much use. Quicksoth has several spells he could cast, but he doesn't want to join the combat because he's guarding Isel.
Could I heal them?
Yeah, if you want to. Isel's already been healed, but she's just recovering her spell slots.
What about him?
He was not injured. He used invisibility to get away.
Oh, so they're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. That might just be my turn. Is anyone injured? Is Taurus injured?
He took like 26 damage, something like that.
Alright. I'm gonna hit him with a healing word. It's not much, but it's honest word.
Sure. What does that do? How much?
D4 plus 11. Wait, is my spellcasting modifier my attack modifier for the spell, or is it something different?
It would just be your charisma modifier.
Charisma modifier?
Yeah.
Alright, plus 5. I don't need you for this one, Draco. There we go. 7. Yield 7. That's all I got for me. That's into my turn.
All right. He's at 270 out of 287 now. However, if he gets hit by that poison, it'll knock off 25% of his health, so that could be pretty deadly.
Oh, you start doing percentile damage to get him?
Yep.
Yeah, we're clever. Clever.
Yep.
Who's after me? Ringside?
Ringside. Taro. All right. Well, hold that thought, I suppose.
Sorry, I
He's
forgot I
here.
was
He's
muted.
back. He's back.
Okay.
Are the humans evacuated?
So many of the humans climbed up out of the pit. Many of the other human slaves that were running from the poison cloud fell into the pit and went prone. Others are moving around the side towards where Grimorn is.
Are there any other significant gift threats running around?
Well, the ones on the rooftop just got slaughtered. There's a small fighting force battling Taurus and his minions. There's a Gith sergeant that's fighting Morg off in the far distance. And there are several Gith warriors that are just milling about with the slaves that are trying to get away from the poison.
Are they trying to stop the slaves?
At this point, they're just trying to survive. They're few and far between. They've been left to die by their masters.
Well, in that case, I'm just gonna try and make this work better. Let me. How deep is the hole?
There's no hole.
So there's a pit.
Oh, 4 feet.
Did they trip like because they failed a check?
They were running in an opaque cloud. They couldn't see where they were running, and then they just went right into the 4-foot pit. So they just landed prone. That's all there is to it. Nothing exceptional. They just didn't know they were running off a ledge. And it was a very short fall, so they didn't even really take damage. They just got the prone condition.
I'm just gonna activate my flight so I can see what's going on.
All right.
See the entire battlefield.
You get up into the air. You have a better view from higher up into the chamber here. Your wind is pushing the poisonous cloud off to the sides or into the tunnels. So the people in this corridor are pretty safe.
I'm gonna. Okay, here's my directive. I'm just gonna keep telling the slaves to evacuate that area, and the air elemental's job is to basically go into that area and keep going until he finds whatever caused the spell or the poison. Bring the poison with it back wherever it came from.
You're going to notice that there's a Gith who is on the roof of this building. When you get to a certain elevation, you can see that these Gith are poking out of a hole in the roof.
Like they were above the roof?
So imagine there's a tall, squarish, well, rectangular building here. There's a circular hole in the roof with a ladder, and they are at the top, just barely visible, only if you're at an elevation. From the ground, you would not be able to see them.
Psychic glance.
Okay.
Intelligence save, bugger.
Let's see. He rolls a 14, but he's going to use a legendary action or a legendary save to re-roll. Now he gets another 13. Well, that's not good. All right. How much damage does your psychic lance do?
76, and then he's incapacitated.
All right.
Take 33 damage. That was quite good.
Hold on. One of his lieutenants counterspells you.
The bastard.
Let me mark that he used his counterspell.
May get further away from you. Wait, don't they have to see me casting the spell for that? Like,
If you can see them, they can see you.
yeah, but like, don't they need to know that I'm casting a spell?
They're psychic.
Right. Alright, fair enough. Lucky bastards.
They're especially well trained for dealing with your kind of attack. They are very familiar.
Alright, I move away from them.
Okay. All right. Well, the Gith warriors, they're going to do something. All right. So, Overlord Zuzar and his minions here, they look out over the field, and Zuzar curses, and he looks around, and he spots the body of the dead metallurgist at the far end.
A good frickin' eye he's got there.
Alright. He's going to dimension door his compatriots and himself to here. And he's going to command them to grab the body. So they have the body in tow. And they're pressed up against the wall over here.
Oh, frick. I just tried to get away from these guys.
Yeah, now they're even closer. Once they acquire the body, they're going to do a little bit of movement. They don't seem to pay you much mind as they work their way towards the spot over here, but they're going to come to a stop when they notice the enormous Forge Elemental destroying these frozen Gith warriors here. So they stop suddenly and reconsider their course of action. They seem to want to get past the elemental to go somewhere. They seem to have a path towards the gateway in the back there. Let's see. These Gith warriors are going to group up. And they're going to run. And they get about that far. Running towards the portal. And then I've got two Gith warriors that are trying to kill Grimoire. Neither of them rolls a critical hit, so their spears deflect off your shield or your armor harmlessly.
Weaklings.
Joe has still not returned, so I'm just going to say he flattens another couple Gith warriors here. So, flatten.
He just straight flattens them.
Yep. And his Gith warriors make their 2 attacks, and one of them gets a critical hit. He's going to kill this Gith here. So, which one is that? That is number 5, got 1 kill. A critical hit. Taurus makes note of that and nods approvingly at his new minion.
So, is Taurus just Groomsh now?
I guess, I don't know. Well, how is he related to Groomsh though? Like what's the reference?
Because Groomsh is he's he who never sleeps, because his eye is always open to watch over all of the orcs and judge their deeds.
Yeah, I don't see the connection. I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so Taurus went. Skywill also not here. He's gonna look around in here, and he considers the obsidian sphere, and he is unsure what to do about it. So he's just going to leave. He gets outside, out of the blackness, and he looks around, and he's going to spot the Overlord Zuzar and his 3 minions here. And so he's going to use his bonus action to go into stealth. And he's going to hide himself behind this body here. And he'll make a single attack against Overlord Zuzar with advantage from stealth. Ah. He manages to hit. One moment. Gonna check how much sneak attack damage he's doing here. $86. Okay. What do we got here? We got 12 and another 46. Oh, that's a good roll. Another 19. And then the attack itself, that does 11. And let me just double check his weapon here. Nah, I guess that's it. That's it. So, 42 damage. Still pretty good. So he hits Overlord Zuzar in the back with a Psychic Dagger, and it does 42 sneak damage. And Zuzar lets out a cry, and his bodyguards leap to attention. They're going to turn, and they're going to spot Orin over there behind that body. And they're all really pissed off. Grimoren, what do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna slash one of these dudes. And then slash the other one.
All right.
If I kill the first one. $33 to hit
Yeah.
with 12 damage.
Okay.
And 20 to hit with 15 damage on the other one.
The one that you didn't kill him, it was an exceptional hit. Do you want to reroll some of the damage?
He's not dead.
Nope. He has 3 hit points.
What can I re-roll?
You can reroll one of the dice, so maybe like do that d6 that was a 1.
Yeah. It was a 2. I get a 3 instead, so 13.
All right. Well,
15 did it kill the other one?
you kill one of the Gith, but not the other.
Darn. Okay, well, I'm gonna... He's wounded though, huh?
Badly wounded.
I'm gonna pass by him.
Okay.
He's gonna walk away from him.
So he will swing on you, but he misses.
Yeah, and I tell the the few of these slaves here, finish the man, he's almost dead. Take your revenge. Grab his weapon and fight your way out.
All right. You've entered into the wind tunnel. And you can feel the push of the wind at your back.
Where's the smoke coming from? Can I see the source?
The smoke is coming from multiple sources. It's a burning bushel that is located at each entrance. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and there's one here.
And what are they? Like,
So it's like if you imagine like a hiker's backpack, like a big rectangular kind of deal, only it's completely full of a nasty fungus that when burned produces a toxic cloud.
so maybe exploding them? Is there anything above that could collapse and fall off on them?
You could do an earthquake. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, but like all this is all rocks around, or what?
Don't you have control flame?
Yeah, I do. I guess I could do that.
Like you can literally just put out the fire.
Yeah, I won't be able to do that now. I did my actions.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. But I'm close to them, so.
Yeah. All right. So the slaves continue their uprising. Morg, what do you do?
I blast the kid sergeant again because I like him.
All right. Ooh. He's got a 21 on the save.
That's not high enough.
Hey guys,
Welcome.
Hey.
I came as fast as I could. I didn't leave the school till about 8:30.
That's cool.
Why is my computer telling me battery status remaining when I'm clearly plugged in? What the hell?
It's frozen. It's laggy. I disconnected. Can someone roll the
How much was it? 86?
6d8?
6d8s. Oh, all right. I got d8s. 35. So he is at 65 damage. And he's going to fall back. He's going to fall back. Please, no, I surrender, he says in broken English.
Okay. I'm gonna. I don't know what's going on with my table, but it's not loading. I'm gonna use all of my movement then to leave. Do I know where the portal thing is that they're leaving from?
You want to move towards that? How much movement?
I have 100 feet of movement.
Alright, I've moved you your 100 feet towards the portal.
Okay. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. Soul. What are you going to do, Soul?
Alright. You won't believe this. You won't believe what I'm about to do, okay?
Sounds sus to me.
Yes.
I'm gonna look directly at the what's it called? Enemy. Alright. I'm gonna stare them in the soul. And then I'm gonna cast. Or these slaves are allies, right?
Yeah.
Alright. And these are all frozen?
Yep, all the blue ones, they got Cone of Cold. Turn to ice.
Turn to ice. If that's the case, then I am going to cast. This Forge Elemental is the enemy, right?
The Forge Elemental was released by Grimorn and is rampaging against its captors, the Gith.
Alright, I am going to cast a 5th level shatter on these guys. This group right here. Actually, whatever.
I should point out that there's an active group of high-level Gith right here.
Oh, that's high level. Alright, I'm gonna use it on them.
Alright. You target Overlord Zuzor and his 3 lieutenants.
So that's 68.
Is the Metallurge guy a corpse? Is he dead?
He's down.
use
He
the
might
ring-
not be dead.
I'm gonna use the ring again, ninja, and that's 30 damage. 21 DC.
Okay.
Do it fast.
Overlord Zuzor does, but his 3 lieutenants do not.
Fast is a 21. That's
Yep.
what's up.
What happens to the knocked out person when they get shattered?
It probably does a whole bunch of damage to their internal organs. It's like a concussive blast.
Oh wait, ninja. After the assassin's over, I got something really hilarious. I think you're gonna find funny.
You said it was 30 damage, right? So the lieutenants all take 30, and he takes 15.
Half of 13.
I thought you said it was 30.
Yeah, wait, is he taking half?
Yeah, he made it save, so he takes half, right?
Yeah, wouldn't it be 15?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I think so.
I blame the American school system.
I don't know. Did I not? Did I not? Brain fart? I meant 15.
I swear he said 13. Am I the only one who heard that?
All right. So you shatter the group. Pretty bad. It didn't kill any of them, though. They're tough.
These are high level ones. Alright. I have it for a minute. I'm just gonna bonus action. No one's still near me to Bardic Inspiration, right?
You could get close to Taurus.
He's already got one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Did he use it from last time?
He hasn't had to use it yet.
And I can't give him another one, can I?
No.
Then I'm gonna end my turn. No, actually, I'm gonna heal him again for 1d4 plus 5 one more time.
All right, another little bonus action heal.
That's fine. He gets healed. 9 more hit points.
All right, he feels better. One of his cuts is healed up.
Thank you, man. You're the world's best nurse.
Get
He'd probably say something like, "No need, barely a tickle."
Shut up, you ungrateful swine. Get healed.
be healed.
All right, Taro, what's Ringside doing?
How's this nefarious body snatcher?
So, Overlord Zuzar and his 3 lieutenants are dragging the corpse of the metallurgist Githyanki. They've taken a lot of damage from a shatter spell, but they're still
Yeah.
kicking.
Ninja.
Yeah.
I gotta jump out of here for now.
All right. Do you have another shatter for next turn?
I'm gonna cast Shatter into the end of combat. I'm gonna be honest. I love this spell.
All right.
Aren't there
It has nothing to do with the fact it's my only area of effect spell.
It's a good one. All right. You feeling better? You getting over that sickness?
You sound a little
Yeah.
better.
All
A
right.
little better. I was hoping it sounded a lot better.
Cool. All right.
On the way out.
Yeah, but I gotta go take a shit and then get ready for bed.
Yeah. Take it easy. Have a good one. See you next week, hopefully.
You too,
Good
man.
luck with the
Peace
shit.
out, guys.
man.
It smells like it's gonna be a rough one. I've been holding it for the past like 20 minutes waiting on my turn. I don't want to take a shit and then not be here for it.
Uh huh.
Alright, peace out.
Good night.
Good night.
So aren't their bones broken?
Well, Shatter probably did a bunch of damage, yeah.
Hmm. How far are they from the fire elemental?
25 feet.
I am going to telekinetic the leader into the fire elemental.
He's pressed up against a wall that's in between him and the elemental. You don't have a straight shot.
Can I move him closer to the elemental?
You could move him kind of diagonally in front of it, maybe. Shoot him off in this direction.
Oh, here's an idea. Can I teleconnect the elemental closer to him?
No. He's made of fire, and he's huge.
All my cunning ideas aren't working.
Just wait for the fire elemental to just do it itself.
They gotta get past that fire elemental to get where they want to go. It's gonna be tricky.
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud centered on myself.
Alright. So we got a big fog right here. Isn't that gonna drop your other spell?
Oh, wait, frick, you're right, never mind. Don't get so complicated.
I was like, sweet, this is my opportunity to get the poison affecting everybody.
No. I was just, for frick's sake, I keep thinking, well, I can't just attack them normally. Nope, Divine Smite. Does Divine Smite count as a spell? As it wasn't before. But then
It's part of your attack, I think. It is a spell. It uses a spell slot, right?
It uses a spell slot, but yeah, it's part of attack, sort of how like my like Primal Savagery, my cantrip works. It's just part of the attack.
It might not technically be a spell, it just uses the spell slot, and it's done like an attack. I don't think it would disrupt your concentration, that's if that's what you're asking.
I'm gonna pass until they start trying to move again.
Alright. You float in the sky menacingly, looming over them.
The air elemental can try to steal the body.
Okay. The Overlord Zuzar taps his lieutenant on the shoulder, and his lieutenant opens the dimension door, and they all step through it.
Does that count? Does that fulfill my criterion? We're trying to move again.
They are going to try to move, yeah.
So can I do something to them then?
Well, you said you pass, right?
I said pass. I meant hold, as in like pass until they tried to move again.
That was a little unclear. So instead you wanted to ready an action to do what?
Oh, well I guess I didn't practically prepare it. All right, never mind. Fair enough.
Okay. They're tricky. They got some spells to move around the battlefield. Once they dimension door over here, Overlord Zuzar is going to press the body of the metallurgist against the field of energy, an opaque gray field of energy here. And he holds on to the body as it passes through, and then they all go through.
Damn it.
So it takes the body to go through that field?
Only a Githyanki can open the portal, so they needed the body of a Githyanki to open the portal for them to get through.
A living body, it looked like?
No, he was dead. It just had to be a body.
So they're not Who the frick are they?
They're Gith.
Yeah, regular, yeah.
Yeah, not Give Yankee, yeah.
Oh, I see.
So the Gith in Dark Sun are a devolved form of the Githyanki. Sort of like the Morlocks in the Time Machine story. The Morlocks started as humans, but they turned into these, like, cave-dwelling, cannibal, Bigfoot-looking things. So it's like a devolution. They're not quite the same. So the Gith warriors continue their battle, but they lose. So this one is defeated, and this one is defeated. That one surrendered. These ones run to the portal, but they can't get through it, and they're stuck. And they're in the poison, and they begin to cough, and then they collapse. Not everyone made it out of the poison all right. Let's see. These slaves that were fleeing, they're going to group up here. And they're moving to the east. No.
Are they ripping this Git apart over here? The one that was wounded quite a bit?
Yeah, they can overwhelm them. They'll pin them down. Alright, so combat's pretty much over. However, concentration on that spell still has to be maintained, otherwise the poison cloud will continue. Grimoire, do you want to be able to do something about that? Like you could
Yeah. How
put
big
out
are
the
those
fire.
piles? How big are those piles?
About 200 pounds each.
I got 29 strength. Not 29, 23 strength with the fire giant spell belt. Anyways,
What, you want to pick it up?
I would like to put them all in one pile and then extinguish the flame at once.
Alright, it'll take several turns, but you do that.
Yeah, I'll put them all in one big pile and then I extinguish by controlling the flames. And then I tell I has the wind elementals to try to help like dissipate this toxic fume.
Taro,
Oh,
you gonna send your elemental to help?
Yes.
All right. Morg, are you gonna go help too?
yeah.
All right.
I don't
Wait,
know what
what's
we're doing, just like whipping the wind around and like.
There's a
shoving
bunch
it
of poison
far
over
away.
here. You could just keep it away from the slaves.
What's
Okay,
the
yeah.
giant fire elemental doing?
He is continuing to massacre the frozen Gith here. Maybe he'll stomp on the
Oh.
dead bodies over here. Thump, thump, thump.
I'll go to.
I want to check on him for just a sec. Wait, no, he's a little bit more than
When I'm done with the flames, I'll go and talk to it.
Okay.
Well, isn't there some urgency that we need to chase down the Gith that took the Gith Yankee through the portal?
We can't.
We don't
I don't-
have a.
There's no
We
Gith
don't have
Yankee
a-
around?
Yeah, we do.
Doesn't seem like.
We have allies. One. We got the Git
Those are
warriors.
just regular
Nope.
Giths, they don't count.
They're regular
Oh, they don't
Gith.
count?
You'll need another way through that portal.
I want to round up the all of the humans and any of the surviving Gith who fought with Taurus.
Okay.
Right. We don't
Well,
have
Taurus
any-
is going to keep his Gith. He wanted to maintain his little fighting force, so he's going to keep the 6 surviving Gith warriors as his troop. He'll let the
Okay.
others go.
As far as the slaves go, none of them are Gith Yankee?
No, they're all human. They're a bunch of Nibonese, mostly.
Remember that old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film with Shredder in it, where he goes, "This is your family."
Yeah,
Oh yes, the first movie, yes.
The
classic.
original.
I want to do that, which is ironic when you think about it.
So you're the Shredder now. Yeah, okay.
You shredder.
I mean, I did like rip out a guy's arteries with my hands.
Ninja, vanish. I'm sorry that line always stuck with me from the movie.
Yeah, he's annoying you. Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Go ninja. Go. Yeah, oh, yeah. That was so cool back in like
Yeah,
middle school, elementary.
yeah, it's an awesome movie, man.
All right, so there are 2, I think just 2 surviving Gith that can be captured.
They're going to jail for now.
Where do you want to keep them? Do you want to put them in one of the buildings?
Oh, wait a second.
You want to store them in the storage rooms over here?
I guess, but also, what the frick was that building where the frickin', well, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where did they come from?
Building 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's gone in there yet.
I'll ask the slaves if they know what's in there.
They'll say that's where the Overlord lives. The Overlord oversees all of the operation here.
Oh, there might be stuff in there.
Frick, we let the big bad get away.
I mean, technically, the big bad is the queen. It was for her.
Alright, Lieutenant Big Bad.
Do we have any Git Yankees that were?
That's what I'm thinking about. Exactly.
do we
Like
have any
we
Git
did. We
Yankees?
saw no Gith Yankee this whole time. I'm trying to rack my brain.
There was one that we fought and killed, though.
Is that-
Where?
Sacrifice them to death.
Oh yeah, you sacrificed him, and
No,
and
that
then
was
you
a
had
human.
his.
Oh.
Yeah.
If they're sacrificed, then we probably can't use them for the.
No, they
That
were
was the
human.
thing. It was the thing that Ringside was like. He wanted to take the Gith Yankees armor or something, and then give it to a Gith champion, and I was just like, that's
Oh.
not how that works.
No, I
They're
think they were
different ways.
regular Gits.
At any rate, I'm just gonna deliver a speech to the slaves.
All right.
Essentially, I'm trying to do the equivalent of like the sacrifice system, but not that. Like where I'm not like destroying a bunch of bodies.
You're just doing a ceremony and talking to the slaves.
Yes, because freeing people, I would imagine, is a sacrifice to the winged elephant.
the air is all about freedom, so I suppose so.
So
That's cool. I like that. I like that. That's cool.
then I'll just mix that in with my glory paladin's putrefying powers, and I guess you decide what that means I need to do.
No, I don't know.
New territory. Ooh.
Orin,
Yes.
you managed to loot a Githyanki metallurgist. He has a staff.
Wait, hold on. Did you mean to say Gith Metallurgist or Gith Yankee?
Githyanki. So the torture room contained 3 Githyanki metallurgists. One of them was killed, 2 of them fled. The Overlord went and recovered the body of the third one and took that to the portal as well. But before that happened, you were able to loot the body.
Wait, well, hold on. I'm listening to what you. Well, you know what? Finish your sentence first, and I'm gonna go crazy.
So you have a staff, a potion, and another potion. Unidentified.
Awesome. That's all gonna wait till later.
Also a steel dagger.
Steel is pretty interesting. I should probably write that down. Okay, can you put that on the card, I suppose?
Sure.
Okay, but I want to focus on what you just said, which is 2 of them fled, of the metallurgists, and 1 died and was taken by the Lord to go through the portal. Yes, am I understanding correctly?
Hang on, typing.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So they fled. Where did they flee to?
This portal over here.
Oh,
Where does it lead?
the other Githyanki already went through the portal?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well-
the 2 Githyanki, they used Dimension Door to get to the portal here, and they walked through it. The dead body had to be carried there, but same deal.
Okay. Okay, but you had also said that earlier on in our adventure, like not so long ago, we fought some Githyanki. Didn't I hear that right?
I forget when that was, but yeah, you fought one a while back.
Okay, well, it
It
matters
was.
how far back it was, because if we can go back and recover that body, I can be fast. I can be real fast.
It wasn't even in like this cave area. It was pretty far away.
Now, Ninja, did you say that there's a dead Githyanki here right now?
There was.
That was the one that the
Oh, that's
Overlord
gone?
got. Yeah, he took it.
See, Overlord Zuzar wouldn't have been able to go through the portal without a Githyanki to activate the wall, so...
Yeah, the way I'm feeling, men, is that we can't dally here. We can't sit here and rest on our laurels and pick through the spoils of war. What we need
Now,
to
hang
do...
on, hang on. That implies that we only have 5 sets of hands.
Okay. Oh! Maybe one of these people know where our Githyanki is, so we can continue the chase.
Well, that and also, slaves. Just as you were liberated, it is time to liberate the efforts of all your hard work. In other words, get looting, find cool stuff, and put it on.
Yeah, they'll pick up spears if they can find them. Maybe they'll try to pick up a shield here or there.
Are there no other treasures in this place?
Well, they can't wear the Githyanki or Gith armor. They just wouldn't fit. Different body type. They can use the spears. They can use the shields.
Even so,
Gith and
like,
Githyanki have knees that go backwards, don't they?
So the Gith, I have depicted them often as having sort of more animalistic legs, more animalistic in general. The actual full Githyanki are just like people. They're humanoids, just a little different.
Oh. Okay.
So the Athasian Gith got quite a bit more monstrous due to something.
even if you can't wear it, take that too. That stuff's expensive.
So you basically employ the slaves to do the looting, and whether it's not really employed, they're taking it. They're not giving it to us.
They equip
Yeah.
the spears to defend themselves. It's a dangerous place in the Underdark.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's all according to Kaikaku. So,
That's the elephant god, right?
no, it's the Japanese word for plan. Does it mean?
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Remind me
yeah.
what this in the middle was. This large middle structure.
Oh, this was the forge.
Okay. Not
should-
much for us to do with that.
we should probably steal the designs for that. Actually,
Mm.
That's something worthwhile. But right now, I'll speak to any of the slaves ex-slaves who will listen. Say, do any of you know where any Githyanki are? We must find them and help us to end this curse once and for all.
The slaves don't know much. They haven't seen Githyanki. The only slaves that ever saw Githyanki were murdered by those Githyanki pretty quickly afterwards. So they have seen Overlord Zuzar, though, and they'll say that Overlord Zuzar seemed nervous, that they were clearly going to be killed by their overlords if they didn't complete the task here in a
Zuzar was going to be killed, you say?
Yeah, Zuzar was being threatened by some overlord above them to complete the job here in record time. Like, they were ramping up the demands every week, and it got worse and worse and worse, and then here at the end they were clearly just going to work everybody to death and then poison them.
And we can assume that's the queen, right?
Could
That's the
be.
overlord above them.
That was one of the Githyanki that you saw.
Wait.
Queen
What?
Zagath was a Githyanki.
Hold on, I gotta write this down.
So
Queen
y-
Zagath
y-
is a Githyanki, not a Gith.
she also got away, so that's not a body you can use here.
hey, what's the airship doing right now?
Hovering.
Can my air elemental go to the back of the mines and see what the frick is causing this poisonous gas?
It's a large, complicated area with a full map. Should really go there as a whole party.
Alright, we have to go back there to turn that thing off. I can't sit around for the next hour maintaining this spell.
Oh, it's already out. Gramorn gathered them up and used his control of flames to snuff out all the fire, so none of the poison is burning anymore.
Alright, never mind. I'll just drop it then.
It'll take a
can I
while
see
to
your-
disperse and settle, but you'll be able to go through there.
Yeah, your elemental was kind of helping clearing out the gas.
Yeah, and Morg was too.
Can I talk to the fire elemental?
Alright. The fire elemental is thankful that you have freed it from its bondage. It is excited to return to its home on the plane of fire.
And what were you doing in there? What were you? How did they force you? And how they captured you to put you in that forge?
Oh, the things that took him were masters of the plains. They reached into the plane of fire and captured me and entrapped me into their mechanism, into their machinery.
Life as an elemental must really suck, because there's always this wizard who's like, well, he doesn't have any moral implications. Just run in and fricking enslave you for God knows how long.
Yep. And he has been worked very hard to heat the metal filings into steel spears for the Gith army.
Was it the priestess that captured you?
Yes, yes it was. She is a master of the flame, and I could not resist her call.
Ask if he wants to stay at one of your temples.
Yeah.
No.
Go for it.
I wish to return to my home plane. I long for the plains of fire, the lakes of lava.
The puddles of pumice.
Does he not want revenge on her, though?
He has got revenge against all these Gith here. He doesn't care so much.
That's fine. You can go free.
All
You
right.
have a home if you want in this world.
The elemental thanks you again and then disappears into the flames.
And so the day was moderately alright.
Yeah, the guide says he'll destroy several nearby Gith and then he'll go to the plane of fire. He's not one that'll stick around.
Okay.
Okay, I've got one last thing that keeps on hitting my head. I don't know if this is how 5th edition works, but back in the day, rogues used to be able to use magic device by acting like they were a different race or class or whatever, or alignment. Is that something that I can try to do when I poke around at this gray panel, this portal that the Lord,
And I'll
the
be
Gith
back
Lord went
again.
through?
Okay, well, if you go towards the portal, there are 2 Gith warriors here trying to get through it. They cannot.
Okay. I'm gonna murder them.
Okay. You finish off the Gith warriors. Pop, pop. They drop. And you approach the wall. There is a shimmering curtain of gray nestled in between arches of runed stone covered in a language you don't speak.
You know what? Solved. Comprehend languages.
Ah.
The spell that I have memorized for every single day.
It's in Githyanki, and it says, "None shall pass who do not hold the blood of the Githyanki."
Hold the blood. That's more achievable. Okay.
Did you spill any blood on the ground over there when he was dead?
Let's go. I'm gonna lick that shit up. Hold on. Hold on. Men. All we the I can't. My words are escaping me. These runes say that we just need the blood of the Githyanki to pass. Wherever we fought Githyanki, no, only the metallurgists. We
Well,
go to
the one metallurgist, he was defeated, and he did bleed out over there by the rock wall just outside the entrance to the
that up.
darkened zone.
I'll get a rag. But I'm going to go ahead and get the rag, mop it up, and then just coat myself in it on my face.
Okay, you smear blood all over yourself. You are able to pass through the gray.
Can we
When
hold
my
on to
hand
him and
goes
go
through,
into-
I say, "Men, our fight continues now."
I guess I'll do the same thing after.
We cannot let them get away.
All right. So you are not going to go to the north to cave A, B, C, or D. You're going to go through the gray portal 26.
I kind of feel like we can come back for those.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is almost. We have what, 1,000, a couple hundred slaves that are extremely happy that we helped them. The Gith warriors, I'm sure they can get mopped up here. I feel like. Okay. The murder hobo says we should go ahead and collect every piece of loot, out of character. But in terms of what makes sense for the plot, you gotta hustle past, for the big bad. You gotta go after, because if they go through that portal, they could go ahead and regroup. They could go ahead and tell Queen Zagath. They could go ahead and whatever. Who knows? But we gotta hustle.
After stepping through the gray barrier, it takes a second for your eyes to adjust to the odd light. The air here is thick and heavy. Moisture strikes your face. It's as if you can see the air before you. With a sudden shock, you realize that it is raining.
Oh my god.
Or
I've
just
heard of
rain.
this.
Your eyes adjust further, and you begin to see the immensity of the cavern in which you stand. The walls extend beyond at least a mile in every direction. Above them, the rock wall climbs several hundred feet before arching towards the center of the cavern. Even more fantastic than the size of this place is the fact that it is filled with a lush, sprawling jungle. The entire cavern is dimly illuminated by glowing orbs on the ceiling. Their pale green light makes everything seem sickly and off-color. A semicircular stone plaza with 4 separate pathways lies ahead of them, leading into the forested cavern.
You're saying this is a cavern?
Yep.
That I can see is a mile in every in just about every other direction.
Yeah. Let's grab all the figurines off the board here. Let's see, I'm going to need these Gith ones, and we'll need all the player ones. Lag. Alright, so I'll move all these Gith that I need over here, and let's see. We got Taurus here, move him off to the side, in front of Jodab. You got the Flying Carpet, you got Soul, I'll grab Quicksoth and Izella. They follow. They want to try to lend aid and help out if they can.
They're quite ambitious.
I think Taurus is probably going to take his 7, and the other 2 prisoners, he's going to bully them as well.
And I can ferry all these people across? As long as I'm standing in the portal, they can come through?
I mean, they grabbed like 4 people.
Right, I'm just trying to visualize how this is going down.
We
So-
all hold hands with Kumbaya.
Taurus wants to bring all of his minions here, but it's not going to work. There's too many. But he's going to argue that he wants to bring them.
Well, if it helps, you know, you could come with us, or you can stay and try to plead your case with the slaves who are ready to enact their vengeance. For your own safety, it might behoove you to come with us.
I don't think it's a matter of they're not willing, and more of it's physically impossible.
Yeah,
well,
you
that-
you can't daisy chain that many people through the portal. It wouldn't work.
Yo, I'm with you on that. That makes sense.
I think
Something
the
they
width
finally
of the width of the portal allows you to pull about 4 people through at a time.
Oh, okay.
Can we get more blood than 1 person though?
Yeah, Grimoire grabs some, Oren grabs some. There's not a whole lot left though.
Just rolling it like a dog.
But with the 2 of you, with a little bit of blood, you can pull through everyone. All right, have we got all the figurines off the table?
Oh, where's mine? I don't even know where mine is.
On the other side, we will find more blood.
Uh,
I was over
Orange
here.
is probably off.
yeah, you're on the flying carpet
Move
here.
the card here.
Okay, I think we're good.
I'll move the card here. Is there anything else? Give me a second. I want to move my fireball circle.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Anything else? I think we got everything important. All right. Gonna change maps.
The bag of the party.
Goodbye, slaves.
All right. You start down here at the bottom. And we can erase these. Yeah, so you bring everybody across, and you're shocked to find a rainforest in a cave.
Oh my.
1 square equals 100 feet, to give you some sense of scale.
Does wait, what? 100 feet?
Yeah.
Does locate or like find person, locate person work on a corpse when you have their belongings?
I don't think so. I mean, if you've seen them, you can locate person. I think that's all that's required. Alright, the scale here is ridiculous, so I'm going to move all the figurines off to the side, and we're going to use the party token here. Since we're moving in 100-foot segments.
Did the Gith and Gith Yankee, did they move really far away? Or, like, they didn't just go on the other side of the portal and they're like, we're safe, because they don't have Gith Yankee blood?
They use teleportation. They are long gone.
Oh, okay.
They were high enough level that they had several means of very quickly relocating. So you find yourself in an immense forest. It's not quite like the last one. The atmosphere is incredibly humid. There is a gentle rainfall constantly throughout the room. There's enough illumination to see here, although everything is cast into a greenish light. You'll notice all manner of plants, mushrooms, and tubers, a plethora of crawling and flying insects. They all seem to coexist in a symbiotic relationship with the forest. You see 6-legged lizards climbing in the trees about 3 foot long. They're wandering about in groups of about a dozen.
I'm going to... If we can't see any of the enemies nearby, I'm just going to investigate around nearby
Right.
and
We need to track them.
and start harvesting some plants that I find interesting.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He's
Like,
gonna
what the
start
hell?
traversing some plants and trying to see what's going on there. I'm gonna track the ground and see if between me and Taurus we can catch their trail.
Well, you see some footprints and blood stains and then a line in the ground and nothing else. The line is where a portal opened up. They stepped through.
Oh my god.
What's the connection with the world of flames here?
You are moist, so it's not very good.
He rolled a
Oh, moist.
34 for survival to gather plants.
All right. You were able to collect a plethora of unidentified plants that you've never seen before. A wide variety of mushrooms of all kinds. You suspect that all of these are edible, though, so this doesn't have the look of wild plant life. This is more like a gardened, created area. You can tell that this wasn't naturally like this, that it only exists because of the grow lights, and because these were all imported from some location at some point in time. Also, you don't recognize any of the plants.
There's no way we'd be able to tell where that portal went to.
The
Yeah.
rain is coming from like artificial,
yeah.
like the artificial sun was, right?
How about
Is
that?
this still a
Where
cave?
from?
Yeah, there's probably magic that just pulls moisture from the local aquifer and just disperses it like a sprinkler system.
They made their own biosphere. I don't know. Like,
This would be OP in the desert land.
This isn't the first time you've seen something like this. Yathazor also had an artificial sun and a lot of plant life in it, similar to this.
Right.
Well, there.
Hey, Joe made it. Welcome back.
So, we hustled through after fighting them in Yathazor, but you and I are trying to track.
Your slave fighters were left behind, though.
We're trying to track the Gith Lord that escaped through here, and he used a portal, and I'm stumped.
Hey, Joe,
I'm
you wanted me to keep track. Number 1 and number 2 didn't land a hit. Number 4 and number 7 didn't land a hit. Number 7 died. Number 3 landed a hit but didn't get a kill. Number 5 landed a critical hit that killed, and number 6 landed a kill that finished off the one that number 3 had hit. So you have 2 that landed a kill, 1 that landed a hit, 1 that died, and they all had to get left behind because they couldn't all come through the portal.
Number 5, Tim in charge,
All right.
and he is now the squad leader.
Squad leader,
And
number
the one who
5.
got and the other one who got a kill, he's the second in command.
All right.
And I gave them instructions. I'll find something in my pack to give them for a passage to the fort.
Wait, say that again?
He's giving like a letter of marque essentially to prove that
Yeah,
they are.
like, yeah, I'll give,
They can't read.
yeah, I'll give them something.
You crazy?
No, I'm saying I will give them something of mine out of my pack. I don't know what it is. I have to look at my pack. But it will be something of mine that, like, they can go to the ship and get on the ship.
Yeah.
Like a sock.
Nobody knows.
Taurus gives them something to identify.
His oldest underwear.
That they are with him. All right. I'm not sure that's going to work out, but I made a note.
You're gonna be like, you killed him?
Yeah, I think that the slaves are just gonna kill them.
Yeah, I'm not too confident about their, surviving.
If they don't make it, they're not worth it.
But I'm really pissed about this Lord.
Yeah.
This Lord.
What, that they keep escaping?
Yeah.
They're very, very good at escaping. They got Dimension Door, they got Teleport, they got Scrolls, they got Psionic Tattoos, they got all sorts of goodies for moving around quickly. From
Alright.
plane to plane and place to place.
Well, at this point, we just need to go through, start exploring through this place, and maybe we can just hope that they're still, they don't have a spell that can get them farther than where this portal brought them. I mean, this portal was large and seemed to be from magic's long past and ancient. I'm hoping that they don't have the power to recreate that. I'm hoping they're still here somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. The trail ends cold here.
How the hell did they find our world?
Are we just going to just kind of more or less blindly trek through here then?
Well,
Looking
actually,
for-
and by the way, there's nothing to suggest that I think we're anywhere else besides just another piece of the Underdark with just better humidity. Really.
I'm gonna try to contact Korganar to see if we're even in the same plane of existence with the Sending Stone.
Yeah, unless Knowledge Arcana would help me with knowing that this portal takes me someplace else.
Okay, you are able to contact Korganar through the Sending Stones. You do seem to be in the regular plane of existence.
Okay.
There was no transition when you went through the arches. It wasn't a portal so much as it was a wall of force barrier.
Wait,
Oh.
what?
So it's just
Oh.
another side, man.
I am slightly worried though that if this rainforest washes the blood that we can't go back the way we came though.
Oh shit.
You'll have to kill a Githyanki in here and get out that way.
Or just never bathe again. Okay.
Well, the rain will wash it off pretty quick.
Oh, the rain.
You just
Yeah.
have to find some git on this side and cut their head off. I'll solve the problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, I hadn't considered that.
So we either have to go back now while we still sort of have the blood on us and go through those other tunnels, or this is more or less a one-way ticket unless we find a Githyanki, or we find a way to dig ourselves out on the other end, because I don't know where this leads to.
Um,
On the bright side, all of this vegetation here looks pretty edible, so if we're stuck in here, we should be fine for quite a while.
It's kind of funny, the Grey Gateway, there's 3 suggested solutions for it, and then you came up with the 4th one.
Could we leave an object or something, or someone go out and do a locate object from above?
Well, you can cast Locate Object from anywhere, but this cavern is so gigantic that it'll be outside of your range, most likely.
So if we send somebody up to the surface, do a locate object, or like scry to some extent to find where where the rest of the party is. Can't do that.
Scrying would probably work, but locate object would not. This tunnel place is really far away from the surface.
okay. All in favor of pushing ahead is to call it to a vote. Otherwise, we can head back and try to wait for them to come back.
Soul
we,
says, let's
try-
press on.
Yeah, and can we try to follow the trace, like find trails from
did.
the one that just.
I point out where the blood from the dead and bleeding metallurgist was
Yeah.
footsteps. I point that out to you, and then the line in the sand with
This is survival tracking. You know.
that's what I'm telling you right now. I did that.
It was a cold trail because they use magic to move.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
My minimum tracking is 20, and
Could we track with Arcana?
That's what I asked, and I don't think that there is a way. I mean, certainly I can't. I don't know if you all can, but
Arcana will tell you that a spell was cast, teleport, but it won't tell you more than that.
They teleported, so.
Well, then I guess the only thing that's left to do is if we're not going backwards, then the only thing we can do is go forward.
Well, can we fly up and from the sky see if there's traces, roads, or maybe buildings or smoke from afar?
You don't see any smoke, but you can see that there are trails through the forest that would be easier than bushwhacking through the trees and the dense jungle.
I'm gonna pull my cloak up over my head as best I can to try to prevent the blood from washing off.
So if you guys are standing at 1, you have options. There are 4 branching paths that you could take. If you want to stick to any of the main paths that lead through the forest.
Go left.
You want to take the left path? All right. So you begin marching along the left path, and shortly after you begin your journey, a couple of you are going to notice movement.
I'm gonna sneak ahead and be silent.
All right. You sneak up on 3 Gith children that are playing in the forest.
Kill them! No.
It crossed my mind. Murder crossed my mind.
I politely asked them if they have seen anybody in very shiny armor.
Oh. If you reveal yourself, they will immediately run away into the forest.
Oh no. No, it's not helpful.
When they're going away into the forest, I want to silently track them and see if they go to a settlement.
Okay. Their children, they shouldn't be hard to track, so it's like a DC 10 tracking roll.
Can't fail then?
All right. So you begin tracking the children through the forest, and they're heading northward.
Oh, kind of the direction I was heading anyway, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll let you all know telepathically that I am tracking them and looking for their homes. Not to murder them, I swear. But
To murder their parents.
Okay, so as the party is moving through the forest tracking the group of children, a giant scorpion leaps out and strikes with a sneak attack.
at the kids?
No. At you.
Oh. Okay. With the party, like on the path, or me following the kids?
It tries to hit Grimorn, but his iron boot is too strong. So its poison needle couldn't penetrate your armor, and you squash it. All right, you continue tracking. You get
Good. I
to
like that. That was great.
you get to 6. Let's see. The crossroads. Up ahead, the path upon which you travel is intersected by another pathway.
Now, what is this that I'm looking at? I have my. Is that my cursor? That's my cursor. I think. Yeah.
I think the area that you've entered into is very wet. The ground is completely saturated. It's not like a lake, but it is definitely marshy soil with a couple of bridge-like paths leading through it that crisscross. So a variety of more water-based plants are growing here that also seem to be edible.
If you're looking for more herbology or
This would be like rice patties, basically.
yeah,
Alright, where's this? Over at 6?
6,
we're at
yeah.
6. Yeah, but you have more odd plants to collect. So you did it before. If you want to collect them, that's something for you to do.
So you haven't encountered anything in this open area, this marshy area. You're in the crossroads section that can go any of 3 new directions. Do you want to continue forward, or do you want to take the left or right path?
Wait, did we already find where the children were, or not yet?
You're still tracking the children, although on the wooden planks here, there's no footprints, so you'll have to pick up the trail somewhere where there's dirt again.
Oh, I couldn't keep pace with the kids.
Well, we can split and find the trails, and then.
I was gonna split from the party immediately and go follow the kids, but
If you track them alone, the rest of the party can't come with.
correct.
So I figured you just grabbed the rest of the party and you're just following the footprints.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's not the end of the world. if I
that's your call. If you want to leave the rest of the party behind, you'll be on your own for any encounters that happen.
Well, I hopefully wouldn't have any of those encounters. would
I can go stealth and go with you.
It's
You want-
it's kind of the whole point of being a scout.
So is that what you do?
That's what I wanted. That's what I had said I was doing, but
Okay,
if I
so that means Orin has gone off and he is following the children.
Would you like me to help you, Orin?
You have to move really incredibly fast, though. Like, you're using all of your movement.
that's fine.
They have a feat that lets them move double speed in the forest here.
I do not have that, but I do have dice that I can throw towards my dagger teleportation.
They're sort of like the pickpocket background, where when they're in the back alleys, they move at double speed. Although for them, it's
Sure.
in the garden, they move at double speed.
But additionally, so I don't have that special feat. But what I do have is enough. What's the word?
You can
Acrobatic.
dash action and
There's
bonus
dash
action
action.
dash as a rogue.
But bonus action dash. But there's also the fact of acrobatics that I can't fail to bypass difficult terrain. So hopefully that helps as well.
Sure, a little bit. There is a
Oh,
lot of
also-
rough terrain here.
No, wait. Better than that, I have that feat you gave me, the psionic thing of body equilibrium, that I can ignore difficult terrain and stand on marsh as if it's solid ground and things.
Okay.
Yeah, ignore difficult terrain in many different ways.
All right, so the rest of the party is moving considerably slower. And you had the encounter with the scorpion.
I was not there for that.
Correct. And then after the scorpion, as you were approaching the marshy area...
Would I be able to keep up? I can fly at 90
Yeah, you could keep up too.
Okay.
The rest of the
I'll
party
go
would be left
invisible as
behind.
I'll go
So he's
invisible.
Invisible and flying. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, there was a second scorpion. It got a critical hit. Who did it?
On me.
Who did it strike? It struck. Alright, Taro. Taro, a scorpion has struck you.
There's a snake in my boot.
Tara was not there.
Well, he's poisoned now and dying.
No, he's not poisoned.
I don't think he's here at the moment, but we'll let him start dying later.
I rolled a con save for him. He is not paralyzed.
He has hero speed, so he's immune to poison.
This is special poison that beats poison immunity.
Alright.
You're going to be encountering a lot of that from here on out.
Yeah.
I hate your spell that does something.
No, it's just like in order to make the game challenging, I just have to include things that break your spells that break the game. So that's all there is to it. Poison, like you have fire that beats fire immunity, I will include poisons that beat poison immunity.
Magic piercing.
Yep.
Yeah, especially if it's like, you know,
I thought your fire only defeats resistances, not immunities.
No, it's not. Is that if they have resistance, they can't be affected, but they can be immune to fire.
Yeah, that's it.
But the con save was made, so no paralysis. A simple scorpion sting for 1 point of damage, no big deal.
so remember the goal is to quietly be following them and silently and not seen, not opposed. If there's any encounters, I don't engage, but I return to the party and inform them.
Let's see. Approaching 8. Up ahead, you hear the sound of many strange voices chanting in unison. The chant seems to be keeping time with several dozen footfalls.
So like marching, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And the kids are running towards the army that is marching.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting. I'm not sure how I can make that make sense.
Okay.
It's not like there's any settlements up in here. There's no houses.
The children have encountered a large unit of heavily armed Gith guards. They speak momentarily, and then the Gith guards begin moving towards the entrance area of the forest here at a quick pace. Are you going to hide in the forest and let them pass? Like, you're already pretty well hidden, and we're following from a distance, so you could just duck in behind the trees as they pass.
Right.
They're coming this way fast, though.
We're not going to engage with the patrol, but I will send a message.
All right. So you can do a bit of a count. 45 warriors pass. There are at least 3 sergeants and 1 lieutenant.
Okay. They are coming your way. Duck into the trees and...
All right. The rest of the party receives the psionic message that there's a whole platoon of troops coming.
We may keep our presence hidden. I guess we need to let that happen before I can do anything else, I'm guessing.
They hang a left and go to 5, so they don't encounter the party.
Okay.
The party crosses the swamp shortly after they pass through into the forest. Ships passing in the night. Nobody sees each other. It's up to the party if they want to intercept the army, though.
Now we can.
If you intercept the army, then that's more knowledge that they know that we are here. They may be on higher alert, Queen Zagath may be on higher alert and not resting thinking that she is safe wherever we are.
Now, where they're headed is where all your slaves are.
Yeah.
Well, not your slaves. Your recently freed freemen, I should say, who were formerly slaves. So, if you allow the Gith army to pass, they might retake the slaves.
But if you can kill them all quickly without them raising an alarm.
But if you allow them to pass, then you can continue ahead, and there won't be as much opposition up ahead. So this is sort of a decision. Do you wish to rescue the former slaves that you just rescued back there again, or do you leave them to their fate so that you can press on?
Kill these dudes real quick so we don't have to
Yeah, this
save slaves
great
again.
an adventure book the way you have it set up here. The way you said that. Okay.
All right, so the rest of the party is going to initiate combat.
Well, hold on. What if Orin and I keep going?
Oh, you can. Like, you're separate. So it's like two groups, right? The rest of the party is fighting the army while you and Orin are following the children, continuing ahead towards 9.
Like a bunch of perv with candies.
So eventually you and Orin are going to see the pathway that you're following the children. The pathway leads to a huge opening in the cavern wall, 100 feet in height and 40 feet in width. The cleft in the rock extends inwards for several hundred feet.
Massive. Okay, now there aren't guards lining this corridor as the children.
Looking around in the distance, you can see that there are 12 Gith juveniles in the hall.
So there's a bunch of kids here. The kids rejoined the other kids, the Gith children.
Yep. I guess they will merge into a single group. So there was like 4 before. That'll make 16 kids in the hall now. These juveniles have assorted minor weapons, like clubs and javelins, things like that. Like, they're warriors in training, but they're not there yet. They're still pretty small and scrawny.
I need to check on the status of comprehend languages, if I can just maintain concentration still, or no? How long it's been? It's probably too long for me to keep that spell.
The guide says it takes you 15 minutes to get across the cavern from 1 to 9.
Yeah, it probably... No. So I can't tell what the kids are saying, I'm going to assume.
Well, they seem to be talking hastily amongst each other. Likely they're shouting that they spotted non-Gith in the tunnels, and they're very excited about it. Maybe talking about the army headed that way. They don't know exactly what's going on, but the entire Gith hive is up in an uproar.
How many Gith are there of the juveniles?
There were 12 in the hall, and the 4 that you were following joined them. So a total of 16 now.
I'm gonna feel like shit. What I'm about to do.
You gonna engage with the group? Combat!
No, I'm going to try to put them all to sleep.
Yeah, sleep spell.
Yeah, permanent
Are
sleep.
you have chloroform?
Unfortunately, I don't have sleep memorized. I have protection. Why do I have alarm memorized? That's for, like, you know, keeping us safe from... Yeah.
It's a good spell. If you're camping in the Underdark, it's very handy to have an alarm spell in case something tries to attack you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we should think about it until next week. We are at midnight. It's our usual cutoff point.
Let's call it there.
That'll give us some time to plot and plan and scheme. Well, we're making good progress. We skipped that other map. We moved right on into the actual like heavy progress. The other one was kind of a like a side area. It didn't.
Wow.
I
Are we
don't wanna
actually in
miss
the right direction?
I don't want to miss that. I just feel because I feel badly like I'm ushering the group past all kinds of loot that they might have liked to get, but even at the risk of the slaves taking some or maybe all of that stuff, I feel like what makes sense is for us to be role playing and going after what matters. So.
I'm down. That's fine.
And either way, that's exactly how the character is in terms of he's impulsive.
I'm just really stumped on where we're supposed to go at this point since they magically disappeared.
Yeah, I was really hoping that we'd catch him on the other side. Like, oh, you didn't think we would make it through, did you? Bam!
Yeah. So check this out.
Caught you the pants down.
So this is the mines here. So yeah, you can go back and explore it,
Yeah.
but it's
from the ship crew after.
it's not vital to the quest. It's a side area. So this is the hard progress that you're making now.
Is there like iron in there and stuff like that?
Oh well, this whole place is an iron mine, of course.
Yeah. We gotta take control of this.
So
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility here.
you saw some of the Gith guards escape into these tunnels, and there's probably more slaves back there. But
Yeah.
that can
There's
wait for another
already a
week.
forge in here. Okay.
You can save it whenever.
Yeah.
Good game, guys.
You wanna remove that map or what?
Yeah.
No, I just don't want it to bug on us.
All right, do it. Let's see. Anybody watching out in Twitch land? I'll leave a message in my own chat. Oi, oi, oi. All right, that's all for this week. Catch us again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.